What's going on YouTube? Welcome in. Today we got another beautiful build for you. Today we're building in the 216. It's been a couple weeks when we built here in this case. I think the last one we might have done was maybe for Landmark, but it's an absolutely killer system. We were talking about the 7800 XTD paired with the 4080 Super, not just any 4080 Super. Today we have the Aero. And we're putting that 7800 XTD on the beautiful B650 Edge, sorry, not the Carbon, the Edge coming in from MSI. We have 64 gigs of 6000 CL30 RAM coming in from silicone, and the Xpower RGB, absolutely beautiful RAM. It's also lower profile with this case. We want to have a little bit low profile with the RGB. The team's a little bit too chunky for this case. Then we got a 2 terabyte KC3000 drive, and then we're powering it all with the beautiful PX1000G coming in from DeepCool. That is the all-white, beautiful, all-white cabled ATX 3.0 power supply that round it all off. Absolutely killer system. Let us know what you think down below in the comments. Make sure to hit that like button as well to help us with the algorithm over here on YouTube. Make sure to hit that subscribe button as well if you want to see more of these beautiful PCs. And remember, if you want to catch us live on it raw like it is right now as I butcher these intros, you can join us any Monday, Wednesday, or Friday over our Twitch channel at twitch.tv/Tints. We stream around 10 a.m. Eastern. We hope to see you soon. Those beautiful components there. I mean, look at that. Absolutely stunning. We are waiting for the drive to come off the FedEx truck, which should be here any second. We have an ad starting right now. I'm going to get mic'd up while the ad starts. So I'll put the music back on, get you guys going, and I'll see you guys here in just a few seconds. All right, CPU off, board off, cooler out, leave this all out here. Get this case down. Yo, that 216 case, it's great. It's a great case. Is that what you got? Did you end up getting that compound or no? Or you just switch your coolers out? It's a great case. It's a really good case. All right, there we go. Down and in we go with a beautiful 7800 X3D. All secure. There we go, looking good. All right, CPU's down in the socket. We're gonna be waiting for an NVMe drive, which might be a few minutes. 5800 X3 is really good. That's the same CPU that I'm on right now. If you're on AMD and you want to upgrade, that's one of the best CPUs to go to. If you're on like an AM4 platform, that's a great, great, great upgrade. Let's get our cooler standoffs in place. All right, so actually this goes right to the factory standoffs, which is easy peasy. Leave that out. All the other screws and stuff can go back in the bag for the standoffs. Next will be our RAM. Let's get our RAM in. Today we have the Xpower. This is a Zenith RAM, which is 6000 CL30 RAM, 64 gigs. It's one of the only ones that really has RGB, that actually has a good memory, pads on the memory. Some of the other ones don't have, like G-Skill, some of the G-Skill ones on the 64 gigs didn't have really good thermals on the pads. This kit does. We've been utilizing this kit before, and it's been really, really effective. It's all the same Hynix with a really good RGB controller. Packaging is not frustration-free though, like I say, well, Teams is. The reason I went with this kit of RAM with 64 gigs is because Team does not have a kit, and we use something that's low profile. Luckily, this is low profile. Packaging though is not. See how it's nice and thin, really nice white RAM. Love to see it. Let me go second kit. There we go. Now white looks nice, really clean with the board, matches the board really well. Board's mostly assembled minus our NVMe drive, which should be coming off the truck here any minute. 7800 X3D down in the socket. A 2 terabyte drive will be going right here with a KC3000 once we get that here in a few minutes. And we have 64 gigs of 6000 CL30 RAM and the Xpower, actually beautiful white RAM to match the aesthetic of today's build. Let's slide this aside. Let's get that case out. That beautiful 216 today. Get this case out. Again, the 216, it's one of my favorite cases. If I would probably go to a case right now besides the H7, I would probably go to this. I already have the H7, and the H7 is a great case. But I honestly think, NZXT will probably hate me for saying this, at a case that's about $30 cheaper, this is better value and it's better build quality. This is one of the best cases you can buy under $100 right now, or right around $100 in my personal opinion. I think the next best case besides this case would be the NZXT H6 RGB. This case is phenomenal value, aesthetic, premium quality for a price that makes no sense, because this competes with its big brother, the Lancool. In my opinion, it's even better because these fans have really good airflow, as a 140 rear fan as well, and then there's a lot of just ventilation through the entire chassis, and it's just absolutely beautifully built, really well, really good design. This can go hand in hand with the H7, the H6. If you want to stay in that leanly infrastructure, it's a really good case. I think sometimes it slips out of our mind when we're building too as system integrators, because it is such a it is below in price. It's cheaper a little bit than the H7, and the aesthetic is really, really nice as well. There we go. Get that glass off. Again, you have those two huge fans in the front, which move a lot of air into this case. But you can see them right there. They do really, really good. Now we have this opened up. We're gonna get the motherboard down and in. Top down, you can see and you can also do extended ATX in here, which is nice as well. Let's go above. Start working on this motherboard. The edge looks great in this case too as well. We're gonna drop this in. There we go. Absolutely great there. Also a little bit leanly, gives you a little box as well. You can see right here off to the side. You have a little box for all your screws, stuff like that. So you can actually jump them right in once you're done. There we go, chat. Absolutely beautiful setup there. Let's start working on some of our front panel connections. So we're working on these front panel connections. I'm working on the RGB. The RGB has its own hub and RGB connections in the back over here. So we're just kind of clean these up. Run these all down, make them look nice and clean. There's our fan controller. And there's our, next is gonna be our RGB. There we go. We get our front panel connections. We have our front panel, our HD audio, and our Type-C and USB 3. There we go. There we go. All right, I'll get these cables managed so we can get onto that power supply. We're gonna put the drive in here in a second, 2 terabyte KC3000, just came right off the truck. We usually have them stocked, but we were all out. We've been running a little bit leaner in our slower months, so we run a little bit leaner on our product, but usually we can get it next day. Luckily, we have one of the biggest Kingston warehouses, only 30 minutes away. We have our HD audio cable going up and in. It's pretty tight, but there we go. Got the basic cable management down in the back over here. Cables are cleaned up. Let's start working on that power supply. Get that out so you can see it. Looking nice and neat back there. Power supply today, DeepCool 1000, ATX 3.0. See this all opened up. Today we will need our 24-pin main, CPU 1, CPU 2. We need a SATA. It's going to power our cooler and our onboard RGB controller. And then we need our 12-volt high power cable. There we go. All of our white cables. All these extra ones are going in the box for the customer. All right, let's start getting our cables in. This beautiful white power supply from DeepCool. There's all our cables. Let's go plug in the 12-volt high power. There we go. I'll get this back up and in. All right, all in. All right, let's get our CPU cables going first. CPU 1, CPU 2, love it. Nice and easy peasy there. DeepCool has some really good EPS cables. Next will be our 24-pin main. All right, next chat, we're moving on to our AIO. Cables are good on the back. We're going on the front too. Before we actually do that, we're actually gonna go this way. We're gonna go top down because we're gonna mount the pump, spread the thermal paste, and also install the NVMe drive right now. So top down for you guys. All right, the drive in. 2 terabyte KC3000. Cellophane off the thermal pad. There we go. In we go. Down and in. Put this latch down. There we go. Get the drive back on. Let's get the cooler installed. We got a lot of people come here and troll our mods, and we don't appreciate that. There we go. Nice and secure. Cooler's on. On this rad, hang right on top of the case. Move these cables over. Go. Couple screws in really quick, hold it in place. Our last one going in before we get the GPU out. This is just going to control the RGB off of the pump. All our cables in the back are pretty much done. We have to just hook up our USB and our SATA for the cooler before we move on to our GPU. Here's our USB, it's going to control the Lian software. There we go, it's all in. Time for the GPU chat. All right, let's get this beautiful 4080 Super out today. We have the Gigabyte Aero in white. Let's go with the whole white aesthetic of today's build. Absolutely chungus of a card. Look at this chungus of a GPU. Look at that thing. Sheesh. That thing's big, chat. That thing is huge. All right, here we go. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Heard that thunk. Holy moly. I think he's got a zip code. The Aeros are really good. I think it's one of the most undervalued white cards. Everybody's like, you gotta have the white Strix. This Aero card's phenomenal. All right, so our power up and in. Here we go. Power. Move our cables around a little bit here. Aero needs brackets? Yeah, you can get a support bracket. We recommend support brackets. The one they give you, this all going off the motherboard and stuff like that, is hideous looking. Don't recommend. Even this like big old chungus card grab. I don't want to see that in my case. It has a little white stand that goes right here, holds it up, gives it a little support. That's all you need. $10 on Amazon. Call it a day. Let's get ready to boot this beautiful PC up. Thank you guys for being patient. Get the back panel on, top panel on. There we go.
Guys, thanks for coming in and liking another video here on YouTube. Make sure you hit that like button, help us with the algorithm. Make sure people find us and see all the beautiful PCs we build. If you haven't subscribed already, hit that subscribe button as well. Remember, we build these systems live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday over on our Twitch channel at twitch.tv/stints. Come over, hang out, chat it up with us, and watch us build beautiful PCs for everybody in the community. And remember, let's go.